Hi guys, welcome back again to the channel. First of all, as always, thanks for all your support on the recent videos. It's crazy to see how far I've came since making my first video on the 22nd of February. The Discord is getting busier and busier by the day, so if you aren't on there, feel free to do so with a link in the description. Yeah, it's getting a busier community with obviously a lot of people in there. There's a good few new investors, so if you are a new investor, it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to get in there and ask some questions. Or if you just want to speak about stocks, feel free to do so. And I'll also leave a link to my Instagram in the description as well. Feel free to follow that also. Today guys, I'm going to be doing a video explaining what has happened this week, why it's happened, and what I've decided to purchase at the moment. So without me pointing towards a stock today, I'm actually going to be doing a different kind of video where I'm trying to provide you guys with some reassurance if you haven't panic sold your shares. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe down below, and without further ado, let's actually get into the video. First of all, I think it's quite fair to say, if you're involved in tech stocks like the majority of people are, including myself, then you would have seen a massive dip in your portfolio over the last 5 days. Which is similar to that of the Nasdaq, which has taken a massive dip in the last 5 days, as you guys can see on screen at the minute. And if you aren't familiar with the Nasdaq, basically what that is it's a very clear indication of how all tech stocks are performing. I think at the minute as well, a lot of people would have panic sold their shares and some people would have taken profits. And including that, the news obviously of how poor the stock performance is going, that is going to add to the snowball effect, which as you can imagine is causing a huge downwards trend. Which as you can see on screen at the minute happened in March as well. We tend to go normally in terms of stock market performance on a nice bullish run, and then we get hit with something bearish, and that's what happens. The market goes up and then it goes down, and it corrects itself before it will start going up again. It is part and parcel of the game, and to be honest myself, I've came to terms with that, which is why I've hardly looked at my charts or anything in the last week. Also as well, to further what's going on at the minute with the downwards trend, we have seen as well a decrease because of the chip crisis that's currently going at the minute. I did speak about it in this video here. I'll put that on screen. If you want to go watch that, you can do, but however, I will briefly break it down just now. Basically, the chip crisis has been caused because demand has been reached to its peak, but supply hasn't managed to reach its peak either, so obviously that has caused demand to outweigh supply. The reason that the demand for chips has increased is because people are sitting indoors, so it's caused more of a technology high, and it's also as well been impacted by obviously the more enhanced technology we have in everything nowadays, and finally as well, Trump's trade war has had an impact as well. Which all these three things together have caused a chip crisis, which effectively is just adding towards the downwards trend which we're seeing at the moment. And the reason for this is half of these tech companies have slowed down, and therefore they can't meet production rates, and obviously production rates means a lack in revenue for the companies. As well, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell failed to reassure investors that he would and the central bank would basically keep surging bond yields and inflation within check. However, as a result of this, it has caused people to become fearful of inflation, which isn't good for any market at all. And to be honest guys, I don't want to talk too much about that and break down why inflation's bad. It's mainly the reason for this video is to provide you guys with reassurance, which is what I'm planning on doing just now. And most of this fear has come from yet another stimulus check from the government, and a lot of that has stemmed because a lot more people have shed light on the government printing so much bloody money. And more light has been shined on this than ever before with introduction of crypto and Bitcoin, which in turn is going to cause even more fears as more people are aware of the situation. And it doesn't help the situation as well that Powell can't even provide people with simple reassurance. All of these things combined are driving down the market. But as I stated right at the start of the video, I personally am reassured by this because I know there will be recovery. So even if Powell can't give me that reassurance, I can reassure myself because I do my bloody research. Obviously guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. This is just what I believe, and I could be wrong. And to be honest guys, that is why doing your own research is so important. Personally, at the minute, I'm down around about £500, which, to be honest guys, I've came to terms with because I know that it's part and parcel of being an investor. Being an investor guys is an emotional roller coaster, and you have to understand that some days it's not going to look as beautiful as it should. As I stated already, it is an emotional roller coaster, and in order to make money in the stock market you have to be on top of that emotional roller coaster at all times and trust your research as into why you bought the stocks originally. You also have to dig deep within yourself and trust and kind of give yourself an idea of where about these stocks are going to be heading in the future before you even place a buy order on them. Because if not, I guarantee you for a fact you would have ended up selling some of your stocks just now because you didn't have a clear intention of where you wanted them to go. I also have no doubt as well that some people would have sold their shares, had an intention of holding them for the last couple of days because mentally they were too in tune to what was going on this week and they couldn't handle it. Which is why it's important to take a breather, understand and trust your research and step away from your stocks if need be. You have to trust your research and you have to understand where about they're going, because if not you'll end up selling them, which in turn is not going to work out well for you because that wasn't what you intended on doing in the first place. You intended on buying the stock, holding it for some time, and that there is easier said than done obviously, but you want to obviously hold your stocks up until a point in which you're making profit, and that is what I look at. I look at my stocks and I say, right, these stocks maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, just now, but I know that in a couple of years time they will be in profit. And that right there is the most important mentality you can have in times like these. And I personally know that there will be recovery. It happens all the time. Last year in March we seen the exact same scenario. People would have sold off, but I guarantee right now they would have wished that they held on longer than what they did because they would have been able to sell their stocks for more money now than ever before. So personally, what I have done in times like these at the minute as well is I've actually bought some of these tech stocks because they're a great price. So as you guys can see on screen at the minute, I've made a pie on Trading 212. I didn't actually make it, sorry, that's a lie, I found it. And basically what it consists of is that I have found a pie that has Microsoft, Amazon, it's got Tesla in it, everything like that that I know is probably going to bounce back well when they have the opportunity to do so. So as you guys can see on screen at the minute, the pie basically has £500 within it, and I'll be reinvesting the dividends of these stocks to compound interest to further increase the wealth within the pie, and also I'll be reinvesting around about £150 a month into this pie in order to keep on gaining the wealth inside it. And inside it you can see it's filled with tech stocks that time and time again have been affected by stuff like the 2020 coronavirus pandemic right at the start, but they have recovered nicely as well. And to be honest guys, I expect these stocks to do the exact same thing. I don't expect them to do them just now, I don't expect them to do it tomorrow, but I know that in the future they definitely will recover and provide me back the wealth that I've put into them. This way as well, by donating about £150 into them every month, this allows me to dollar cost average in because the stock price goes up and the stock price will go down every time that I add £150 in. I hit somewhere between them or at one of the points, which allows me to just go at different points in terms of investing rather than just investing at a set price all at once. Let me just finish up with this point here. Consider this a temporary state of your portfolio and not a permanent one. The only way it is going to become permanent is if you sell your stocks. As always guys, let this video provide you with some reassurance, not to stress. We've been a million times here before, but we will recover. Like I says, let this video help you not stress, trust your research, chill out, and wait for all this to blow over. Hey guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thanks again for your support, I really do appreciate it. And I reckon we'll probably be at 100 subscribers before the time my next video comes out. So from the bottom of my heart I want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed, and thanks to everybody that does show me support on the channel. It means a lot because I put a lot of work into these, and I know my videos aren't perfect, they're only going to get better and better with time. So guys, if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button down below, smash the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.